Welcome to Quikserv. Today we're going to go over replacing the self-closing cable in a single sliding window. Basically it's the same in majority of the windows out there. I'm going to go over the tools and procedures to change out a cable, whether it's broken or it's come off the roller wheel. First, we'll go over the tools that are needed. You'll need a 5/16 nut driver or a 5/16 wrench. You'll also need a 3/8 wrench, a pair of needle nose, or a pair of pliers. Either one will work. Of course, you'll need a new cable assembly. When you order a new cable assembly from Quikserv, it comes with the roller and the cable, so you have a complete cable assembly. Also, you'll need some Loctite to Loctite everything back. Okay, the first thing we need to do is we need to remove the access cover panel to get the working mechanism behind it. You'll use your nut driver and you'll remove all 7 screws up here in the top. Once you remove the access cover panel, take it and set it aside somewhere. Now you have the cable assembly. The cable assembly is attached to the top of the door bracket. Okay? It runs through a roller which is attached here. It runs down and your weight travels up and down a tube along this side jam. First thing to do is remove this nut on the back. The best way to do that is with a pair of pliers, channel locks, needle nose. Take your 3/8 wrench and back off this back screw. Once you do that, I just normally let it hang. I'll put the nut back on and let it go down to the bottom. Okay, after we got the cable removed from the door bracket, we're now going to take the cable and the roller assembly out. First, you're going to remove the 2 bolts that are holding the roller into the side of the jam. Again, this is your 5/16 socket would be the best, or the 5/16 wrench. You're going to remove these 2 bolts. Probably going to have 2 different size bolts. The long bolt goes in the bottom and the short bolt goes in the top. As you can tell, the short bolt came out of the top, the long one coming out of the bottom. That's to keep the weight from getting hung up into the roller. So make sure that you put them back. You put the long one in the bottom and the short one in the top. Once we get those 2 removed, we're going to pull out the old broken cable. Comes out just like that right there. Okay, we've got the old cable assembly removed. Now we're going to install the new cable assembly. Best way to do this is take the whole roller and cable assembly, make sure you're in the tube, and fish the new cable down the tube. Take your roller assembly bracket, mount it back up in here, and of course put your 2 screws back. Again, small one goes in the top and the big one goes in the bottom. Okay, now that we've got the new cable assembly put in, we need to attach it to the weight. By doing that, we'll remove the small access cover panel at the bottom of the window. It's 4 screws. We'll remove them with a Phillips screwdriver. Some of the older models actually may have Allen head screws, so you may have to have an Allen wrench to remove these 4 screws holding this access cover plate for the weight. Once I remove the access cover plate, I set it aside with the 4 screws, and I will find my weight down at the bottom of the gym. I'll pull my whole weight assembly out, and now what I have to do is I have to basically take the old cable out of here, off of here, and then I will reach in here and find my cable assembly, my new cable assembly, and I will reattach it to my weight. Make sure you use Loctite on this. This weight rolls up and down, back and forth, up and down this tube. It will come undone if you do not Loctite the weight back to the new cable. Okay, now we've got our weight reattached to our cable. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fish my weight back up into the tube. Now I'm going to grab my cable. I'm going to bring it over to my bracket, and I'm going to tighten this up. Make sure you use Loctite on this. And once I get this attached, of course I'll tighten it up with a wrench, but as you notice, I now have a new self-closing window. Once we got everything buttoned back up, we'll replace the access cover panel back down here with the 4 screws. We'll replace this access cover panel up here with the 7 screws, and you're complete. Again, we want to thank you for choosing Quikserv.